Once the U.S. president-elect transitions to the White House, world leaders are bracing themselves for Trump and what he may have in store on foreign policy. Often dubbed as a protectionist, the Republican has also claimed to be a global peacemaker, promising to end wars in Eastern Europe and the Middle East. Despite his assertiveness, some European leaders are poised for a guarded welcome to the incoming U.S. president. Jason Gaidola joins us live with more tonight. Good evening, Jason.
Good evening, Manisa. Today, around 50 European leaders called for a stronger defense posture and independence when Trump officially gets into office.
We have a very good relationship, and I also have a very good relationship, as you know, with President Putin. And I think if we win, I think we're going to get it resolved very quickly.
That was Donald Trump's bold statement back in September, promising to resolve the war in Ukraine, despite saying he has a good relationship with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Leading up to his victory Tuesday night, the U.S. president-elect has offered very little explanation on how he would achieve it.
Today I spoke with President Trump, as many of you did, and it was productive conversation, good conversation. Of course, we cannot yet know what his actions will be.
Meanwhile, Putin also congratulated Trump on his win.
Говорит, что он бизнесмен в основном, и он мало чего там.
And the Kremlin appears to be receptive to halt the fighting.
It does not expect that President Trump would start making unilateral concessions. It is understood that he has his own agenda. He is not a Russian friend. He is an American patriot, and it is not going to be easy.
Moscow has stressed out about seeing a concrete plan, a Trump foreign policy that was deemed erratic during his first term.
So it's possible that Trump, with Putin in mind, will pressure Ukraine to engage in negotiations of some kind. But he will have to offer. He doesn't have to offer much. Ukraine's in a very difficult situation at the moment, but it's likely he will offer something in exchange for that.
Today, dozens of Europe's leaders began reassessing transatlantic relations, hoping Trump's second term as U.S. president will be free from conflict.
I look forward to sit down with Donald Trump to discuss how we can face these threats collectively, what we need to do more. And yes, part of this, and here he is absolutely right, will be that on the European side of NATO we will have to spend more, do more to make sure that we reach the capability targets.
In the past, Trump strongly pushed NATO allies to spend more on defense, up to and beyond 2% of gross domestic product. A target Canada says it won't reach until 2032.
There's lots of work for us to do, and I'm looking forward to do it. On our side, we've been preparing for this. We're looking forward to doing this work.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said he's prepared for a Trump reunion despite uncertainty around trade and tariffs. China also found itself in a Trump trade war back in 2018 over tariffs. They also want the Americans to stay away from Taiwan. Meanwhile, a war in Gaza between Israel and Iran-backed proxies has yet to end, leaving many to ask how Trump will approach that conflict.
Is the key, is the U.S. going to be the kind of player we've seen in the past where being the United States is a big part of the picture? We're the U.S., we play this role in the region, here's our image, to one which is, hey, we're a big power, and here's how it's going down.
There are reports that current U.S. President Joe Biden plans to offer billions more in aid to Ukraine before he leaves office. This follows concerns that support may be cut under Trump.